got it to the drag strip finally, but I screwed up. I didn't get any papers to prove that I did it. I didn't get any times to prove that I did it at this event. It was called Eagle Field, and it was north of Bakersfield. It was about 2 hours from here, from where I live, so it was a 4-hour round trip. It was kind of last minute. This is an old-fashioned, it's a old World War II Air Force base where they do drag racing on the landing strip for the last probably 10 years, I think, 7 years. And it's been a few years since I've been there. So last minute I decided to bring the turtle up there, and I drove it up there. I packed this thing with all my stuff. You camp out for the weekend, it's 3 days. And so I went up there and I lost my train of thought. Anyway, so I packed the car with all my stuff and drove 3 hours up there, raced for 2 days, and drove 3 hours back. So it was a little scary because, you know, what if I broke the thing? But I just kind of went up on my own, and but it did okay at first. I just used my GPS. They did flag starts, and I did my GPS to show. At first I was at 77 miles an hour in the 8th mile. That's all I did was an 8th mile run. Traction was kind of limited because I have street tires, so it was kind of boiling the tires pretty good. Not much I could do about it. I was surprised. It was pretty torquey off the line, but I'm in a sea of, you know, big V8s and gassers and all kinds of stuff. Nice home-built hot rods and stuff like that. If you guys are interested, you got to check it out, Eagle Field. It's a pretty cool place. But for like vintage hot rods and drag cars and stuff, and even dragsters and stuff. But so I messed with the boost retard a little bit, and I got up to 81 miles an hour in the 8th mile, which was a huge jump. So it told me that it liked it. I was just running 100 octane pump gas I can get over here, and my methanol injection as a boost cooler. And it was an awesome day, kind of like today. It's like high 70s, 80 degrees. And which tells me, if I do the math, it's probably maybe in the high 13s, which is okay. It's a good place to start. And I was doing about 16 pounds of boost. I definitely got room to improve. If I go up to 20 pounds of boost, maybe a little more, I'm sure I could get into the 12s with a good set of tires and improve my traction a little bit. I was hammering on that transmission pretty hard. It's a Toyota 5-speed, and it stuck in there, man. It was hitting seconds really hard, really like spinning the tires in second gear pretty good. No noises or anything from it. And drove it home. A friend of mine showed up on Sunday for the swap meet, and he ended up following me home, and the car did great. I did maybe 20 miles per gallon. I'm able to run just 91 octane driving up there and back, and then I had 100 gallons of 5-7 gallons of 100 octane. I just swapped the fuels out, pumped out the 91 and put in the 100 octane and raced on that. But it got really good mileage with the 91, a lot better than 100 octane because of the burn rate. But as long as I stay out of the boost, cruising, too high a boost, I'm fine. And this thing, I don't need to be in boost. It's got so much torque to cruise around and pull hills. It does great with almost no boost. And yeah, sorry I don't have any slips with me to prove it. I got some video. One part where I screwed up was I have my little GoPro session. I put it on my cowl, I turned it on, but I must have pressed the button too many times, and I put it on snapshot, and it took 2,400 pictures of my air filter. That didn't turn out too good. Yeah, what can you do? So, and then I got this new camera, the GoPro 9, so I'm gonna see how this works out for me too. And I kind of messed that one up a little bit too. The card might have got full or something happened. But I got some video of me kind of panning around the area so you can kind of see what it looks like and when I was on the road. So I'll upload some of that in here too, and I'll mix it in a little after this intro here. Right now I've got 91 octane in it, so I don't want to do any burnouts or anything crazy right now, but I will do more stuff in this thing. We're going to have some fun, do some burnouts and some crazy stuff, because they're just street tires. They don't cost much. And then Bakersfield drag strip is kind of limited on racing right now because of everything going on. When they start opening up and I can get some testing tunes in and stuff, I can bring this thing up there. We'll bring the boost up. AFRs were pretty good on it. The camshaft I have in it is a wide lobe separation of 113. I think it's too wide for this thing because generally with a separation that wide, it's not going to really build power until almost 7,000 RPMs. So I'm going to bring that down. Comp cams sell some good cams. 110 lobe separation is probably the one I like the best on a roots blower. You need the wider lobe separation like on a centrifugal supercharger or a turbo, but the roots blowers have so much low RPM torque and mid-range torque, you need a cam to complement that. So I'm going to do a 110 lobe separation and maybe have them grind me a cam with a little more on the exhaust side, lift and duration, and I think that might help out a lot. Because there was no need for me to rev to 7 grand. I was like right on the heel of these big built V8s, right on their heel, man. The first few feet, I was right there with them, but I was boiling the tires, and then they'd jump ahead a little bit, and then I would just hang on to the back side. But so it's up there. If I can, some of these cars were doing 86, 89 miles an hour in the 8th, so I'm like right there, right behind them. And I was, of course, the only 4-cylinder out there, especially supercharged, but people really got a kick out of it being a Toyota 22R. Everybody knows the 22R. They're tough little engines. So I have yet to crack open the oil filter to make sure everything's okay. I do that after every event. And I guess that's about all I can tell you. Sorry for no papers, but there will be proof. We will get this thing in the 12s and hopefully do it without breaking it. Diff, tranny, no big deal. I don't want to hurt the engine, but it did pretty well. So I guess that's it for this video. I just wanted to throw something out there for you guys to see. I'll throw up a couple shots of what I took while I was out there, and I appreciate y'all watching. And please subscribe. I could use some subscribers. It's good for your health to subscribe, and click the notification button and all that good stuff that they want you to do. And I'll see you all later. Thank you. All right, guys, here we are. Looks like I'm gonna take a trip. Taking a trip in the old Turtle. I'm gonna head up to Eagle Field. It's north of Bakersfield, and it's a 3-day event. It's pretty cool. It's all old school handbell hot rods and drag cars and gassers, stuff like that. So I just got started rolling. You can see the car is pretty packed. Got it loaded up. The wagon I usually pull with a trailer, but I really didn't think it would. It's pretty worn out. I didn't think it would make it without any kind of problem. So I'm just going to drive this thing up there. So far, probably burned any fuel at all. I think I've gone 60 miles, and I think I'll make it the whole way easy on a tank of gas. Easy. It's I think it's 300 miles up there, something like that. It's about a 3-hour trip or so, and I guess I'll see you when I get there. So far, so good. Well, I'm on the middle of my road trip. It's beautiful out here. Look at this. Man, that's incredible. I love this drive. So good. Still just sucking on the fuel like it's nothing. And barely drinking it. Working really good. I feel like I could have run race gas the whole way down here. I'm able to run. Right now I got 89 octane in it. As long as I keep the boost really low, don't get into it too hard, drives just fine. It's got plenty of torque to move this thing around without any boost. I got a couple jugs of the race gas here, and then when I get there I'll just pump the fuel out of the tank into an empty tank I brought with me, a gas can, and I'll pump this stuff in there, and I'll be ready to go. Yeah, but that's awesome. Well, I'm Eagle Field. Oh, made it here to Eagle Field. Let's see. Oh. I got my my boost juice for my methanol injection swapped out. I got my fuel swapped out to the race fuel. Just pumped it into some cans I had here for the ride home. And here it is, my church. Yeah, man, there's a lot of cars here. This is nothing. It's the old airplane hangar. All kinds of neat stuff to look at over there. And they got little trails back there for mini bikes and stuff. Good old American flags. Yep. Racing starts at 3 o'clock. 3 to 7 today, and then in the morning till probably 7 tomorrow and Sunday. Oh. Well, it looks like I made it here. Eagle Field. I did it on a tank of gas with 5 gallons to spare, so that's pretty good. It took me about 11 gallons or 10 gallons to get up here, 300 miles. That's really good. No, that can't be right. That'd be 30 miles per gallon. There's no way it gets that. But anyway, maybe it's less than 300. Maybe it's like 200. But yeah, so my methanol swapped out. I got my fuel swapped out, and I saved the fuel for the ride home. Got my tires aired up on the front anyways, and everything should be pretty good here. The belt's pretty good tension. I was hoping to kind of just take it easy on this thing a little bit. I'm not going to be able to get you guys any times, at least not today. It's just flag drop today. I think tomorrow we'll have times, but it's an 1/8 mile run, and I wanted to kind of take it easy on this thing, but I'm actually running in a bracket class, so that's going to be hard to do. 2 runs. It did all right. I'm having way too much trouble with traction though. I tried going around the water box, and because I'm just running street tires, and then I actually went through the water box the last time and did a small burnout. Yeah, look at that thing. Yeah, I went through the water box, did a little burnout, and that, of course, that just made it worse. It just boiled the tire, so I had to let out of it. But I don't really have an ET, but I am able to keep track of miles per hour, and it's okay. It's not that great. I did about 16 pounds of boost, a little over 11-to-1 air-fuel ratio, which at this time is perfect. I got to be able to drive this thing home, 3-hour drive home. So, of course, I wanted to take it easy on it, and I just was hammering the gears real hard. And yeah, I don't know. I'm having a hard time taking it easy on it. But we'll see. Maybe I'll do a couple more tonight, and then tomorrow is time trials tomorrow. Tonight it's just kind of a free-for-all until about 7 o'clock. Some really neat cars out here. Look at this thing. Yeah, all kinds of neat vintage stuff out here. Yeah, maybe I'll go up there again and try it. I'm trying to see if I can increase my miles per hour, so I'm backing down the boost retard a little bit. And but I got 100 octane in it and my methanol injection, so hopefully that'll take care of anything. We'll see. And today's not the hottest day. It's fairly cool. It's probably maybe 80 or maybe less with a good breeze, so it should be okay. Here's the airplane hangar. Soldiers used to stay here in the 40s, I believe, for training. Look at that thing. That's crazy. Wow. Looks like they're set up to do live music tonight. Look at this old motorcycle. That's pretty neat. That's cool. Oh, rocket engine. The size of that helicopter. All kinds of old cars in here. T-models. Well, it's actually a Studebaker. I believe that one up there looks like it's a glider. No engine. They pull it up in the air and let it go and it just glides. Or if I said that right, they pull it up in the air with another plane and then they let it go and it flies on its own. There you go. Over here, look at this bus. This thing is awesome. Man, that thing's cool. Fire department. Fixing up more and more of this place. It's been a few years since I've been here. Soldiers don't come here anymore, obviously. Look at all these things. They used to make the Salt Lake cars out of these little tanks. And there's a good sized diff. kinds of stuff out here. Look at all the trucks. The old barracks right here. That's pretty neat. The old Winnebago straight ahead down there is really awesome. I've seen that before. There's just all kinds of neat stuff out here, even unrelated. Bunch of old barracks. Soldiers used to stay when they were here. This is it. This is Eagle Field. Such a nice breeze out here. I don't know if this thing's picking up all the wind or what, but look at all the tanks, man. Those things are huge. They're a couple of inches thick, man. When you property obviously loves cars too, because he's got all kinds of neat. There's an old Lincoln sitting up there, campers, all kinds of stuff. They had a tank here last time that had actual holes in it from getting hit by rounds. Some of them actually penetrated through the holes here. I don't know if it's still here or they're using it for target practice. I guess they had some that were for soldiers practicing. I would get claustrophobic in this thing. Good God. Nice early military truck. That's pretty cool. Probably a flathead, I would assume. Oh, look at that thing coming in. Cars are still rolling in. It's only Friday, so... Oh man, look at this Pinto over here with the tires on it. Look at those things. Huge. I love it. That's got to be a handful right there. Short wheelbase. Oh, the sound of music. That's what I love to wake up to.